We all know that Real Madrid need to address that left back position during this summer window because the options that we have available are not good enough. And I'm pretty pissed off that we're heading into the Club World Cup without making a signing. What happened to Álvaro Carreras? All the reporters were telling us that the deal was wrapped up weeks ago. But yet, here I am heading into this major tournament where the expectations are for us to win it, and I don't have a left back that I feel comfortable with. Fran Garcia is not good enough to be starting week in, week out for Real Madrid. But he's the only first-team left back that we have available. I think Madrid need to move on from Álvaro Carreras. I don't think he's worth all that money that Benfica want. And we got to start looking at some other options. Myles Lewis-Skelly is being linked to us once again. Fabrizio Romano dropped a video talking about it. And we're going to react to it. And we're also going to look at a tweet as well. But I would much rather go sign Myles Lewis-Skelly than sign Álvaro Carreras. I've seen a lot more of Lewis-Skelly in bigger games than I have seen against Álvaro. So, for me, if Benfica are not trying to negotiate, what are we wasting time for? We know that Real Madrid are not trying to overpay for a player, and we know that Benfica are one of the best-selling clubs in the world. Somebody's going to have to budge, and I don't think it's going to be us, and I don't think it's going to be them. Do not be surprised if we end up going for other left-back targets, because the fact that we were not able to wrap that deal up in time to register Álvaro Carreras for the Club World Cup is really pissing me off. But I do like the summer that we've had so far. Trent Alexander-Arnold on the right. You got Dean Howson, the future of Spain and Real Madrid's defense. We also signed Franco from River Plate, the attacking midfielder / winger. But the fact that we did not address left back because we were just chasing Álvaro Carreras is a disgrace. But I want to know what you guys are thinking. Would you take Myles Lewis-Skelly? Yes or no? Get in the comment section, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on those post notifications. Let's get it. I truly believe that Myles Lewis-Skelly is a player that Real Madrid are looking at. This is now the second or third time in the last few weeks that we've been linked to him. And it's coming from Fabrizio Romano, who is the biggest journalist that this sport has to offer. He probably has the most contacts. I 100% believe that with the left back position being such a weakness for us, we're looking at the market and we're seeing that Myles Lewis-Skelly, his contract runs out after next season in the summer of 2026. I think Real Madrid are 100% considering making a bid for him. Now, the report says Real Madrid are interested in Myles Lewis-Skelly as his contract ends in 2026, but Arsenal are calm and optimistic he will renew. I don't believe that Arsenal are calm about this situation. If Arsenal are not worried about Real Madrid possibly signing Myles Lewis-Skelly, they're idiots. They need to get this contract signed expeditiously because, in my opinion, Myles Lewis-Skelly is going to be one of the best fullbacks in the world. He is a modern day fullback, and he's originally a midfielder, but he broke into Arsenal's first team this past season at left back, and he has been phenomenal for them, one of their best players. The guy went from being an academy kid training with the first team at the beginning of the season to ending it being their best player in the Champions League knockout stages and also being England's first choice left back. This guy's a baller. If I was Florentino Perez, I think this would be a much easier deal to get done than having to go negotiate with Benfica. If I'm Real Madrid, I'm making a £30 million bid right now for Myles Lewis-Skelly. He only has 1 year left on his contract. Get Jude, get Trent to hit him up, and let's get this deal to happen. Because I think when you look at the qualities that Myles Lewis-Skelly has, he perfectly fits what Xabi Alonso would want to do. Whether it's a back three or a back four. Lewis-Skelly is very good defensively. This guy locked up Rodrigo. He locked up Desiree Doué. He had an amazing performance at the Bernabeu. The guy is 18 years old and he looks like a veteran. I think on the ball, very good. Can invert, can overlap, can link in the final third, can also finish as well, has a decent shot. Arsenal have a serious gem on their hands. But that contract situation, they have to be nervous about that, because why has it not been sorted already? What's taking so long for Myles Lewis-Skelly to get a new deal? This is where Real Madrid need to be opportunist in the market, like we usually are. I know that they want Alvaro Carreras because he's Spanish. He used to be in our academy. And we know that they want to build a nice little Spanish core. But Benfica, they're going to want all of that money. Real Madrid are not going to want to pay that. I think Myles Lewis-Skelly has a much higher ceiling than Alvaro Carreras does. Lewis-Skelly is in the Premier League cooking, which is a much harder league than the Portuguese league. He's more than likely going to establish himself as England's #1 left back. He can play in the midfield. He's very calm on the ball. He's very strong, very good defensively in 1v1s. I think he would cook with Xabi Alonso in the system that he wants to play. Whether it's a 3-4-3, a 3-4-2-1. We know that Xabi Alonso likes his fullbacks to be very good going forward, but at the same time, you need your fullbacks to be very good defensively. And the way that Myles Lewis-Skelly played in his first season at Arsenal, I'm not going to call him world class because it's only been one season. But if he goes out there and does it again, this guy's going to be in the conversations for one of the best fullbacks in the world, period. He was phenomenal last season. Now, I don't think this deal's going to happen, but I definitely think that there is something to it. If this deal does not, in terms of if his extension does not get sorted, do not be surprised if Madrid come in for him. Especially if Alvaro Carreras and that deal's being very difficult. If I was Alvaro Carreras, I would be forcing this move to Real Madrid. I would not show up to training, but it's too late now because he is already registered for the Club World Cup with Benfica. But he should have gotten this move forced weeks ago. It's time to move on, bro. Alvaro Carreras is not worth 50 M's. Myles Lewis-Skelly, younger, higher potential, is more proven in my opinion. I saw Myles Lewis-Skelly at the Bernabeu. Didn't even look like the stage was too bright. I saw this guy lock up Rodrigo. I saw this guy lock up Desiree Doué. I'm very impressed by what he's done this season. But I do want to just react really quickly to Fabrizio Romano's video where he talked about it. Thank God he adds chapters in here because I would not be trying to sit here and watch a whole 8-minute clip. But let's talk about it because, like I said, I definitely think that there is something to this story, okay? But yeah, let's react to it right now.
One more story. Today I received many messages after a story that was around in England a few days ago. Then today it reached also Spain, and it's about Arsenal gem Myles Lewis-Skelly. Because in the rumors there are stories of Real Madrid working on a deal, considering a deal, making contacts for Lewis-Skelly from Arsenal. Many rumors on Lewis-Skelly because the player is doing fantastic at Arsenal, and it's quite obvious to see this kind of stories when the player is out of contract in 1 year. So a massive opportunity on the market when you look at that with the current situation.
I agree. Again, his contract runs out after next season. I don't view him as a free agent signing because of how badly we need a left back right now. Like Fabrizio just said, it's a huge opportunity in the market. We know that Real Madrid love to keep an eye on these contract situations. Don't wait. I don't want us to wait to see what he does with Arsenal before we end up making our move. Put a bid on the table while the negotiations are going on. Let's see if Arsenal are willing to possibly lose him for free. Give Lewis-Skelly something to think about right now. Don't let him sign that new contract because if you want to sign him, You're going to probably have to pay damn near maybe 60, 70 million. You guys know that the market is inflated. You don't think that Lewis-Skelly would want to play with Jude, would want to play with Trent, his English teammates? On top of that, if you look at what Arsenal have going on, there's a lot of pressure on them to win. These guys have not played that well in terms of competing at the highest level. We have a much better project right now. I'm telling you, put the offer on the table for Lewis-Skelly. Let him make a very big decision. That's all I'm saying.
But behind the scenes, it's important to mention one thing. First point, you know Real Madrid are always attentive to opportunities. Real Madrid started working on Trent deal a long time ago, putting their eyes on the situation of the player. Real Madrid always do that. When there is an opportunity, when there is a talent, when there is a good player. So this is Real Madrid style. It's normal to be informed. But my information is that Arsenal are very calm, very relaxed.
Cap. There's no way. There's no way that you can be very calm and relaxed about this situation when you know who Real Madrid are, when you know how we operate in the transfer market. Brother, this is like Chris Brown trying to talk to my girl, and here I am saying, nah, I'm calm. I'm relaxed. I don't care. Of course I care. Of course I'm panicking. It's Chris Brown. Are you mad? What are we talking about here? This is cap. They definitely are looking at Myles Lewis-Skelly like, brother, sign this fucking contract immediately.
Very confident and optimistic to get new deal done for Myles Lewis-Skelly. There is a conversation ongoing. The conversation involves people close to the player, the family of the player, Arsenal, who have new director now, Andrea Berta, who arrived a few months ago. So a conversation that started before the January transfer window and then restarted with Andrea Berta as director, but going very well. So the talks are underway. Arsenal are very calm and relaxed on the contract extensions of Myles Lewis-Skelly and also Ethan Nwaneri, because the idea of Arsenal is to extend both players' contract. They are obviously very happy with them, two gems of the academy, but also it's important to say that Arsenal want to trust them for present and future, so the message to the players is very clear. Also financially, they're working on that, and the deal is absolutely on for his extension at Arsenal, with Arsenal really calm on the situation. So despite the links, I wanted to send a positive message to Arsenal fans because the club is very relaxed about that story. We can't relax when...
Hey, look. I'm pretty sure that Liverpool fans were relaxed when the links with Trent first came up. I think, last thing that I'll say before we get on out of here, if we had no other English players, I'd say, yeah, maybe Myles Lewis-Skelly would prefer to stay at Arsenal, you know, in his comfort zone. He's super young. He can get this move in the future. But the fact that we have Trent there, the fact that Jude is there as well, I definitely think that there's a pipeline and there is an opportunity for us to get this player. I would much rather get Myles Lewis-Skelly over Alvaro Carreras. I'm just saying. Benfica are not going to budge. Myles Lewis-Skelly only has a year left on his deal. So Arsenal, if you put the offer on the table, not only will the player have a decision to make, but the club will as well. Don't be like Liverpool. Don't end up losing one of your best young assets for nothing, and then you want to cry about it in a year's time. Take the money now. But if I had to make a prediction, he probably does stay at Arsenal, and we probably do get Alvaro Carreras. But I think Myles Lewis-Skelly is better than him. What I saw in the UCL from him, what I've seen in the Premier League, guy's an absolute baller. So, yeah, I mean, if you're at Arsenal, you definitely want to get this deal signed. But I wanted to talk about this because, again, I'm annoyed that we're heading into this Club World Cup without a left back. And I think that we've been putting way too much attention on Alvaro Carreras when he doesn't even move me like that. I don't think it's worth all of this. Look at other options, assess the market, and I expect a left back to be signed very early when the window reopens. Get in the comment section, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on those post notifications. Holla Madrid!